Today we got to ride our 39-year-old Suzuki GS1100E, and I've owned this bike since it's brand new. It's historically registered. In every way you can like a bike, I like it. It's comfortable. It's got good power. It takes the throttle beautifully. It's got decent brakes. And I think it's above average for the era it was made in, of being the beginning of the evolution of super bikes, where they really were powerful and they really were a lot faster than the bikes that came before them. And as that evolution took place, this bike was a watershed in that development. I have never had a bad ride with this bike. Today we have a very unique day. We have a ton of errands to do in the morning. We have a farm that needs maintenance. And coming up this weekend is my grandson Miles' 10th birthday. Now, I can't believe that those 10 years have gone by that fast. But they have. That's the issue. So anyway, I don't have a lot of choices about today. Normally I like to ride early in the morning and get out and get back before the heat of the day. Today I have errands up the yin-yang, therapy, other things that have to be done. And if I get it all done, I get to ride in the afternoon in the heat of the day. Lucky me. But there's always good news and there's always bad news. The good news is even a short ride, or even dreaming about a ride when you have to do your errands, is better than getting up in the morning and knowing you're not going to get a ride that day. We'll hope we're going to get a ride, even a short ride. And what this really means is I've been a grandpa for 10 years now, a totally dedicated grandpa. Now, I realize I realize there's a lot of grandpas that have a 10-year-old grandson and they're getting a little too old to ride motorcycles. And you know what? Maybe I'm one of them. Well, is anybody hungry? Breakfast is served. You have a lot of choices today. We have fish food, or if you don't want that, you can have fish food, or if nothing else, you can always have fish food. Come on, boys. Time to eat. So as usually happens, our plans have changed a couple of times today based on family stuff. Karen noticed we have our first real pepper here. First real pepper of the year. So the new plan is, it changes by the minute here. Karen will like to do her errands. We're going to leave in about a half an hour. That'll give me time to set up the bike, get it all cleaned up, pre-flighted. As soon as we get back from our errands, I'll be able to head out and get a ride. So the first thing, as always, pre-flight the bike, and I'll have time to clean it up before we head out for our errands. It means when I get back, I'll be ready to go. And it looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty nice day. I love having these 90-degree valve stems on here. Boy, does that make this job easy. And it always is nice if I can get the bike ready, so when I get back, just push it out of the garage and hit the starter button. That's a nice feeling. And usually our errands, yeah, we do them as efficiently as we can, but it does take a big chunk out of the day. So we're all cleaned up, ready to go for errands, just waiting for Karen. Now, one of the things that we're going to have to keep in mind is, since we changed out a caliper, we haven't taken a real 100-mile ride. Since we changed the caliper, that first 100 miles, I'll try to baby the brakes because I'm trying to reseat the pads, even though they're the same pads. Basically what happens is these calipers are not exactly the same, and it will have to, the other side will have to reseat. Not a big deal. We're going to have a 100-mile ride, but hopefully no heavy braking today. And it's always something when you have a one-owner bike, you know, the whole history of your bike, hey, it makes it just a little more, I guess, a little more special. So anyway, we are ready to go, but it's errand time. Once we get these errands done, we'll be ready to go for a ride. And once we get all these errands done, it looks like it's playing out to be a really, really nice day. I don't know, as we're out and about, the clouds are rolling in. I don't know. Well, the weather is holding tight, but look at that sky. Oh, not a sunny day. Oh, it's so good to be home from errands, and no, hasn't rained yet, and there's only a 50% chance of rain, and it is nice and cool, so we're gonna head out on the open road here, baby. Cloudy, but it's not spoiling us from having a good ride. And actually, it's a little cooler than yesterday, which is nice. One thing I do love is that low RPM sound. I know everybody likes something different when they go out for a ride. Some people like to go blasting up and down the New Jersey Turnpike where there's radar every mile or two. Some people like to ride in a perfectly straight line. And some people like the twisties, like the 106 and Harriman Park and whatever. But I have gotten accustomed to riding these back roads here in this area. And no matter what bike I'm on, I thoroughly enjoy it. Now, the only downside of riding up in this area is from my house, it's just under 30 miles to where the roads get a little bit less busy and less traffic. But boy, once you get up in this area, is it ever worth it? It's just so nice and peaceful and secluded and so low traffic. And there's plenty of soft turns, there's plenty of hard turns, plenty of fast sweepers, and plenty of straightaways, plenty of variety of road conditions.
Some really nice shrubbery here. Flowering trees, flowering shrubs.
And another little nice feature here, it changes from deep woods to lakes to relatively main roads, but it's all fun. And those Michelin Commanders, they're getting scuffed in just perfectly. The brake lever seems like it's back. I'm just being easy on the brakes for that first 100 miles while I'm seating those pads. Now, one of the reasons I really like these back roads, number one, it's shady. On a hot day, it's really nice. Again, very low traffic, and in this case, some nice twisty back roads where you don't have to worry about, I guess they wouldn't even bother putting a radar trap up here. And I had to be careful today because I don't have a radar detector on this motorcycle. And because of all the rain we've had, the roads are relatively clean. There isn't a drop of gravel on them today. It's just been one of the cleanest rides I've had. And today it was just cool and cloudy and just couldn't have been nicer. We never got one drop of rain on the whole ride. I was very surprised. So once again, we're home from a really nice ride. Actually turned out better than I thought it would. It never even came close to raining. It was nice and cool. And hey, after 39 years of owning this motorcycle, I've developed a nice relationship with it. And what's happened is the Michelin Commanders they're scuffed in nice. They are ready to go. We've got a little bit better brake lever now with the new caliper on here, and we're ready for some serious riding now. I feel good about the test day today. And I know Karen has lunch on the porch ready. What could be better here? What could absolutely be better?
The farm is under control. We're eating vegetables every day and riding our beloved 39-year-old Suzuki GS1100. So before I even get rid of my leather stuff, look at the lovely bride makes me a fresh cup of coffee. Says, honey, sit and relax on the porch a few minutes before you put your motorcycle away. Oh boy, tomorrow, this boy will be 10 years old. Hard to believe. Congratulations, Miles.
So all ends very well here for me. The lunch is being brewed. Coffee for lunch. Oh man, it is just great. We got through a rough winter. It's so good to be in the full riding season now. And our baby never disappoints. Before I end the video, I want to thank the healthcare workers. Thank you guys one and all, keeping my family safe. We're all vaccinated and everything. Let's hope everybody gets to the point where we don't even have to deal with this anymore. So, and believe me, thank you. And I hope you did enjoy the video. Hope you enjoy sharing these rides with us, sharing our little adventures of owning these older motorcycles, and the new ones too, like the MT-09. They're all fun, they're all good. Life is good. So I hope you did again. Hope you did enjoy the video. Thanks so much for watching. And one of the things I always think about, and it's kind of a funny thing, when you've had a motorcycle this long, you know every intimate detail of it, every part that's been replaced and upgraded and changed and whatever. I've been on so many rides, summer rides, winter rides, rides on the ice, rides in the snow when it's so hot, so cold. But one thing stays the same. You come back from a ride on this bike, it's a very, very comfortable motorcycle. It's got that beautiful low-end torque and great throttle response. And the brakes, I'm not sure the brakes, since I've replaced the caliper, I'm not sure those pucks are totally seated in yet. And sometimes it does take more than 100 miles to seat them in. So we hope to see you tomorrow. We do try to post something every day.